Man, these guys are coons. As you can see, that's Future, Pharrell, and Pusha T. And I want to take particular topic on this video because they made a video called Move That Dope. Now, it's a pretty poppin' jam. You know what I'm saying? Typical rap stuff. Drugs, money. You know what I'm saying? They got the light-skinned girls in the video. You know what I'm saying? It's just typical rap stuff. Crazy, you know what I'm saying? Even though they shouldn't do it, they still gonna do it. Cooning from white folk. But what made me do a video about this video is this guy. The mask and what they represent. First thing, it was nothing great about the 80s. The 80s was a messed up year. They had Michael Jackson confusing black people. You know what I'm saying? Black people were really selling out then in the 80s. Jerry curls and all that crazy. But this guy, Ronald Reagan, is no guy to idolize. That's why I put the title, They Love This Guy Like Elvis. Because a lot of these rappers, to reference the money they were making in the 80s, they like to thank Ronald Reagan. Or they call it the Reaganomics. Back when crack, you know what I'm saying, they ain't have all the laws for crack, the battering, and guys was becoming millionaires overnight. That's when they had Free Ray Rick Ross. But it was destroying the black community. Look what it did to the black community. You go to any black community, it's a wreck. And this is direct cause of the white people putting cocaine into our communities. And these desperate Uncle Tom niggas like Rick Ross, Frank Lucas, that took these drugs and on street dealers and gang members like the Crips and Blood took these drugs and started selling them to their own people. They didn't care. And they idolized this man, Ronald Reagan. This is the same guy who didn't want Martin Luther King's birthday to become a holiday. Ronald Reagan. This is the same guy that called all black women welfare queen, like white women ain't on welfare. He called all black women welfare queen. Ronald Reagan, if you was a black person back in the 80s, because my dad had told me, he made it hard for black people in the 80s. This guy hated black people. But we got black people like these three coons and a lot more, like Jay-Z, who idolize him, who think that he's the stuff when he is not. Now I want to read this particular thing what Pusha T said. This is Pusha T. Okay, I want to read this because he's a coon. This is what he said. He said, look at the clues, the Jews, the J's, the Jews, I'm acting a monkey. From 16 years old, I'm whipping in the kitchen and fucking my junkies. Now, do you hear that? He said he's acting a monkey just because he has J's, Jews. That's what he's saying. He's acting a monkey. Now, they've been calling black people for years monkeys. And why are you going to go confirm this stuff? We were made in the image of God. They idolize this guy. Ronald Reagan, they even got the mask like this was a good thing. Reaganomics. The 80s was a bad year for black people. It destroyed the black family structure. But we got Uncle Toms over here who don't care. All they care about is impressing white folks and other racial groups.